Hey everybody, welcome back. Another Gravity Ace stream is starting, and as I've been doing lately, it is early in the morning. It's fairly early. It's 7 a.m. here. It's Saturday. My wife is asleep, and that's why I'm trying to keep it down, and that's why, oh crap, that's why my hair looks like it's crazy. I just got out of bed. Hold on a second. I'm setting things up. Thank you, Haas, for following me. That was probably the quickest follow I've ever received. You followed me before I even started. Thank you. All right. I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. I have some ideas. Anyway, I always feel like I have to explain this, but I'm not. I'm only talking kind of quietly because people are asleep in the house and it's early in the morning. I'm not trying to do anything weird. All right, what are we going to do today? Oh, I know what we're going to do today. So I've been trying to fix all the little bugs I've been introducing. Oh, God. You know, you ever look at your list of things and think, why am I doing this? Hey. All right, Eric. ASMR Godot stream. Today in Godot land, we're going to fix bugs. Everybody likes fixing bugs, don't we? Oh yeah, we're going to fix some bugs. I don't know how ASMR works. I haven't watched. I haven't really watched any. Mr. Justerborn, 4 p.m. You are a European, good sir, and thank you. Yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know, let me show you the trailer for the game real quick so you can see what we're working with. All right, so that's the game. Oh, thank you, Mr. Justerborn. Dankeschön, even. I'm trying to remember my high school German. Dankeschön. Wie geht's Sie? Did I get that right? Thank you, Eric. So, what I've been working on and off stream, is thank you, Jason. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Oh wow, you subscribed. Thank you, Jason. Really appreciate that. I don't have many subscribers, but I appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much. So I'm working on the editor, and I'm going to run the game. I'll just show you what we're doing here. I run the game. I have a little shortcut here. If I right-click while this interstitial screen is loading, it goes right into my test scene. So that way I can test things very quickly without having to go through the menus and stuff. So here's the in-game editor. And all of the bugs that I've been fixing in the past week are caused by a refactor where I'm trying to be able to do this box select. And I think the last time I showed you guys, the last time I was streaming, there was this heinous bug where when I selected things, the game would lag for like 2 seconds. And I figured that out and solved it. But there are still plenty of bugs to fix with this new feature. And yeah, so I think I just want to go through the list and see how many of them I can fix. But first, what I want to do, and I also got the delete working. So if I add a few things, check this out. I can now select them all, delete them, and then I can undo those deletes. So I got that working as well, which is pretty cool. But I can't move all of them together. That's the next thing I want to do. I can just see when I do this, it just grabs one of them. So I want to be able to move all of them as a group as well. Those are the two main features I wanted to do with this. Not that you normally move a lot of things together like that. Sometimes you do. But, I mean, mostly you just, when I'm editing my levels, I delete stuff. I'll delete a whole group of things. Then that's kind of a tedious chore without the box select. But it feels weird that if you can delete things, you can't move them. I think that would come up once in a while, and it would feel odd if it wasn't there, so I'm trying to add that. Juicy UI. Yeah, I waste a lot of time on making things feel nice instead of actually shipping my game. It's a curse, maybe? Yeah, so the editor has, I'll give you guys a little tour for the new folks. So it's a space game, right? And you're flying through caverns. It's a side view. And so one of the things you can do is you can grab a brush and you can paint walls, right? And you can, let's see, you can connect them, right? And rotate them, move them around. Oops, move them around. There's undo and redo. So I can like do this. And then I can go in here and add some enemies, like I had a turret here, and they snap, which is pretty nice. So you can connect them to the wall. Put one there, put one there. Put little astronaut dudes you can rescue. And then put the starting location in the game. And then just jump in and play it real quick. And then jump back into the editor. Keep playing, keep editing. Yeah. So, select all, delete. It didn't get them all. Why didn't it select this guy? See, that's one of the bugs. Move my start area back here. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why yet, but I will solve it. Hey, Evil Dust Mite, welcome. Reminds me of Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. Yep, I played that game. Kind of the same perspective, right? The side view perspective, shooting stuff, flying through caves. Similar in that way, yep. Players do have access to the level editor. Sharing levels is still not implemented yet, and I have some thoughts about that, but I'm still sort of consolidating my thinking around that. My original plan was to build a server and then have a system within the game where you can load and save levels and share them out to the server, and people can see shared levels and download them and play them. I think that would be great. I just don't know how I can do it in the time constraints that I have. So I'm thinking about alternatives right now. I still want to do level sharing of some kind, but I just don't know what shape that's going to take yet. Hey, Slacks. Hey, everybody, this is Slacks. Slacks has been with us since the beginning and is a huge supporter. And, Any Key as well. Hey, Any Key. And, welcome back. It's good to see you guys again. Yeah, building an API, setting up a server, maintaining and running that server. So I kind of think I want to do something a little different where, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I'm thinking about it still. I think for a game like this, it might be okay if people just shared zip files around. But I don't know. But yeah, the level editor is built into the game. You can edit your own levels. You can edit the levels that ship with the game. You can be playing any level you want and just go right into the level editor, delete a bunch of stuff, and make it easier if you want to. So that's fun. Yeah, I mean, I've got to. This game, they always tell you build a small game. And I fell into the classic trap of building a small game and then making it bigger as I went along. Like I'm doing right now today with the box select. I don't technically need it. But I really want it. All right, here we go. So I want to try and let's do some programming. I want to try and have 3 things selected and move them as a group. So the first thing that happens is when I select one of these, so they're all 3 selected, and then when I click one to drag it, it deselects the other 2. So my single select is not aware of the box selection that's already happened, or my click and hold is not, right? So the first thing I need to do is when I select this, if I have several things selected, don't deselect everything else. That's the first thing I need to do. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Herrick. Like, there's a bunch of optional stuff in the game, too. You can kind of choose your difficulty. There's a way to you can pass levels without destroying everything. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. Hey, Peppermint Social Club. Cool username. Welcome. Oh, wow, we have 15 people here already. I could have something like that, Jason, but I think what I really want to do is just have it be able to click any one of these and drag them. I don't want to put something in the center because you might be like, you might have a situation like this where I go, I want to delete all of these, and now your mouse cursor is here, right? And I don't want to have to move it all the way back. Find something in the middle here that is disconnected from these things, right? I want to just be able to take one of these and move it. I think that's the normal expected UI paradigm. So I think this code is in the, Can you guys see this okay? Make it a little bigger for you. Hey, Slacks. Slacks again with the gift subs. Thank you, sir. Thank you, kind sir. This is in the, I think, drag. There's a drag section in here. Yeah. Right. So if, I might be triggering two of these branches though. So if I have some objects selected and I'm moving the mouse, and I'm pressing the left click. Huh. Is that where I'm at? I'm going to put a breakpoint there because I think there's another point where it might be doing something wonky right here. Let's see. Oh, let's put it inside. Okay, so now if I... Oh, lordy. Let's select them all and turn this back on and then try and move it. Yeah, so it does break here. Yeah, and this is where it does the select. And then it's gonna, yeah, do a double select count. Skip, 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 skip. It should skip that. It should skip that. Should skip that. Skip, skip, skip. Now it might go in here. It didn't. Okay. Okay. Right, because the mouse wasn't moving. Right. So it's this code that I'm... Not this code. It's this code that I'm dealing with. And it goes to this function. And this function does a clear selection. I wonder, because I have several modes. I have a select mode, I have a box select mode. Maybe I should keep it in box select mode. So this is line 963. I'm going to put a bookmark here. That's Control-Alt-B to put a bookmark. And then you get back to your bookmarks by hitting Control-B. So I'll put a bookmark there, and I'm going to go back. Here. Here. See, it says if I'm in select mode. But if I was still in box select mode, this wouldn't happen. But I do want this to happen if I'm clicking an empty thing. Maybe my code should be here. I don't like that though. I'm going to put a bookmark here. Oh, shoot. put a bookmark here. So I could say if let's do this like that. So if you didn't select any object, it's going to just return. If you did select something, okay, so then if object.size equals 1 and selected and object in, can I do this? Selected objects. Has object. Does that work? Returns true if the array contains the given value. Okay. So if my selected objects array has object 0, because this object only has one object in it, then do something. I'll just have a return for right now. Right? So now when I click these, it doesn't deselect the other ones because they're already selected. All right. So that's some progress. Like it's moving the wrong one because I'm not selecting anything anymore. This is, hey Max. Hey everybody, this is Max. Max is working on a great game called flockofdogs.com, and you should all go check it out. This is Bedhead Max. Get a good look. Yeah, that's Bedhead. Max is with me over here on the West Coast, so for us it's very early. We have several viewers from Germany, Max. Yeah, I will. I'll do that. I'll start doing makeup and hairstyling videos next. All right, so I got that fixed, or doing something. Yeah, I probably would be. Because if you've already got it selected, you know, and you're selecting something that's already selected, you don't need to do anything. You can just be done. So then, that takes care of you. So now I want to do something here, I think. And let's see, where's my breakpoint? Where's my breakpoint? There it is. Let's try and move something. Yeah, so as soon as I drag it, as soon as I move the mouse while I'm holding down this button, I get in here. As expected. But it's only moving the one object. And it's because oh man, so this is kind of complicated. Of course it is. Why would it be simple? How do I make this go away? Oh, that's how. So there's two sections of this. I've got if nothing's being dragged, do this. If the thing you're dragging is a poly handle, which is what I call these little handles here. If you're dragging one of these and you're holding down, why would you have to be holding down shift? Oh, if you're holding down shift and you're not holding a poly handle. So that comes into play when you're doing this. So here's a guy. I'm holding down shift. He's not a poly handle. Shift and drag. It rotates. Right? Otherwise, you're dragging something, so move it. And it does that by saying, here's the thing you're dragging. Here's the thing you're dragging. You're only dragging one thing at a time. Yeah. So this actually does the dragging and moving, and this chooses the thing that should be dragged. And I think this code is too complicated because you should just be dragging whatever is selected. I have something selected. Why did I put it into this dragged variable? I don't know. I can't remember. So this says if it's a poly handle and you're dragging it, then set the selected object to the wall and do your undo for the wall because you want to be able to undo that, right? If the object okay, so if you try to drag something like this, but you're dragging an empty area, if you're dragging an empty area, then clear the selection. So that's okay too. Object is just the closest thing to the cursor that the user has clicked. If the object, if they've clicked an object and nothing is selected, or the first object they have selected is not the same as the object they chose, where the user's clicked on a different object than the selected one while the mouse cursor is already moving, then select the new object. So that covers the edge case where you have this, and then I click this to drag it. I've got that selected, but I drag this one. That's what this covers. And then it drags the new one. And then this is just drag the first object in the selection. So I've got two cases. I've got a special case where I've got one thing, and I've got a case where I have many things. And the one thing case is a special case of the many. And this only handles the case, the special case, and not the general case. So I need to rewrite this to handle the general case. And I think it's not going to be too much. I'm just working it through right now in my brain. And I think I might be able to get rid of this dragged variable. There are 46 matches for dragged, and I bet you they're all like right here. Yeah, they're pretty much all right here, and then there's some other helper cleanup stuff kind of sprinkled around. So if I got rid of dragged, then you would just be, then I would just be checking, what have I got selected? Am I moving the mouse while the mouse button is down? And the object that I've selected, that I've clicked on with the mouse, is in that selection. Then move all of these things together, create the undo for all of these things, and move them all together. I think I still need this special case because I don't want to allow you to drag and drop and move multiple poly handles at a time. And I think I still need this special case where you click on an empty area and it clears it. But then this becomes I think this, that might stay, and then this, I think, becomes the general case where I need to loop through all the selected objects and do an undo for all of them. And then this becomes, actually this would stay, because this is the rotation. This would become, the case where I loop through all the selections and move them all. And then same here, keep some of these, but then some of this stuff becomes update the undo data for each object that's being dragged instead of just one. Hey, Game Endeavor. Howdy, howdy. And I have a time limit here. It is Labor Day weekend, as I mentioned. If you're not in the U.S., I don't think other countries do Labor Day. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's a U.S. holiday. We have a 3-day weekend. And it is 7:30 a.m. and my corner grocery store is now open, and I need to go get some coffee making stuff in 30 minutes. And I need to get that coffee making stuff because we're having another heat wave this weekend. We've just been having back-to-back heat waves all summer. And it's supposed to be 98 degrees Fahrenheit here, which is stupid. That is 36 degrees Celsius for you internationals. Us backwards Americans still use Fahrenheits like morons. So 36 degrees, 98 degrees today. And it is probably already pretty warm, and I need to get out in my backyard and cut down the rest of my lemon tree. I'm pruning it. It's had some damage over this summer, so I need to prune it. And I need to level some dirt in my backyard. And I want to do that before it gets too hot. So I have a 30-minute time limit here for the rest of the stream to fix this bug so that I can get that stuff started. All right. So I need to do something here as well. Let's just jump in. And not try and deal with all these edge cases right now. Let's do that. Oof. I'm going to do something because my intuition is I don't need this. So I'm going to delete it. And now I should see errors appear. And I can go and fix these errors one by one. Yeah, you can go away. I don't need you. Yep, and I don't need you. Let me, hold on. I'm going to bring up my source control real quick. Yeah, so these are all the... Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, Lord. Do I commit? So this version of the editor is before I did my refactor. This is after the refactor. I think the refactor is okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a commit. I'm going to commit the pre-refactor stuff, which included some box select nonsense. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. Merged. All right. So this is all. I can't unscrew this up now. So now I've got this stuff staged. Now if I don't like this stuff that I'm doing with dragged, this dragged variable. See, now I've got this new version with just the dragged stuff that I'm deleting. So if this doesn't end up working out, I can just discard this and be back to where I was yesterday without making any commits yet. Because I guess I'm wary of commitment. So if I do this, if I delete this, I know why I'm doing this. I can't undo this. Because I need to know what I'm dragging, right? I need to know if I'm dragging something or not. If I'm already dragging something, then it doesn't need to do this undo stuff. How come this isn't highlighted as an error? But this one is. And why aren't they all highlighted? Why isn't this one and this one and this one? I wish it would highlight them all. All right, it doesn't matter. So there's a difference between starting a drag and doing the drag and ending the drag. And that's what this dragged variable is for. It's like a flag to say you're doing a drag or you're not doing a drag. So I think I do need something, but it can just be maybe a boolean like that. But I don't need it here. Because if I'm dragging something, it is selected. Let's put in a variable here. And then go back. And then I can say if not dragging. That makes more sense to me. Then I don't have this variable. I do need these still. Right. This will be that. Right, and then here's my other thing. So dragging equals true. Dragged offset and rotation offset are the initial position and rotation of the objects, which is right now. It's interesting. So right now it's dragged position, but what it should be is for dragged in selected objects, right? Boom. So now this is so close. This isn't quite right. But I do want to do this undo, right? I think this is actually okay. This is okay. So here's where I'm starting my undo. Where am I putting undo start? Undo start, undo start. Right. So this is where I put it. Ooh, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. So I don't finalize the undo information until I finish the drag. But I obviously can't just have one variable saving undo start for every object because it's going to get overwritten. It's going to get overwritten. So what I need to do is I need to save God, undo. If I didn't have undo, I wouldn't care about this. I need to be able to, at the end of the drag, I need to go back to the position they were in. So I need to keep track of the relative. Well, I could try to keep track of the relative movement position of the mouse cursor, but I don't think that's going to be 100% accurate. What I really want to do is record their starting position and then revert that if needed later. And to do that, I would need to store the undo information in the object itself. Could be something like this. Or undo start could be a array. could be an array. And then I would have to make sure that the selected object array and the undo start array, this variable, have the same indexes. Or I could make it a dictionary indexed by the object itself. I think for right now, what I'm going to do is not do undo. Let's do one thing at a time. Let's turn off, let's just break rotation right now as well. And right, this is the actual movement. So here I would want to do for dragged in selected objects. This dragged offset is bothering me. Because I think I need to have a dragged offset for each object. Right? Dragged offset is its current position minus the global mouse position. And if there's many objects, they're going to have a different offset from the mouse. And as I move the mouse, I want to move these to the mouse plus whatever their offset is, so they stay relative to the mouse as the mouse moves. So this dragged offset, the rotation offset, the undo start all need to be arrays or on the objects I want to drag themselves. For this to work right. So I could use metadata. Meta is neat because, where is it? Set meta, that's what I want. I think. Yeah. So set meta is a object, or it's a method on every object. Every object in the game has this, and you can just set of any value you want. Object metadata. It's serialized. It can take a variant as the value. So I can just say set meta, undo data, put whatever I want in it. And then I can get meta to get it back out. It's sort of like a dynamic variable that you can add or remove to any object. I remember I ran into a bug using metadata at some point. And I can't remember what it was. There was some engine bug that had something to do with meta. Let me try and look it up. Hey, Hamrath, thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Godot, GitHub, set meta. Still open, not fixed. I'm not on this one, so this wasn't my bug. Set meta. What does this mean? You can't save meta information. This is just, okay, so that doesn't really apply to me. Object new, set meta overrides array values. Oh, this might have been my bug. Hi! Closed. Fixed. So the issue I was having was when they... Oh, interesting. Later set meta is called. The metadata for all instances is modified. So that was if you had this lock, objects children are not selectable. If you had this selected like that, so you can't select its children, and then you called set meta later, then all instances of that object would get the same meta. That was the problem. But they fixed it. All right, so I'm going to use this set meta with confidence, which means I want to delete dragged offset and dragged wrote offset. And this will become object.setMeta dragged offset, like that. Like that. And this I want to do again. Oh, I feel like I'm on a roll. And this will be here. And this will be here. And this is going to be dragged, dragged. And this is going to be set meta undo start, like that. So now I'm saving these values inside of each of my selected objects when I start my drag. And then here, I want to do, if I'm rotating all the objects, then I want to set this to, this would be dragged.get meta dragged offset. And this would be the new dragged offset, dragged set meta dragged offset. Holy cow. I'd love to see that red line disappear. And this is going to be dragged.get meta dragged offset. stop dragging. Fine. All right, so then undo start. This undo start is going to be so I have a global variable undo start, and I have this undo start. And for polyhandles, I'm using the global variable. This is terrible code. Don't do as I do. But I'm going to leave that one. But this one, thank you, Slacks. Another gift sub. Slacks is extremely generous, everybody. Tip of the hat. So don't do as I do. This is awful, and I probably sometime off stream I'm going to fix this and refactor it and make this nicer. Right now I'm just trying to get it to work, okay? And it's terrible. So my workflow generally goes make it work, then make it pretty. No, yeah, make it work, make it pretty, make it fast. And I sometimes skip step 3 if it's fast enough. I don't even need to do step 3. But I always try to make it work first, and making it work means do whatever you do to make it work. Once it's working, then it's easy to think about it and make it nicer, make it pretty later. Did they really? A software and game development? That's cool. That's actually really cool. Software? Yeah, it's right there. Can I just change it right now while I'm streaming? Well, I did. We'll see what happens. And then now they just need a Godot tag. And then we'll be all set. So I'm going to refactor this later. Maybe, probably. I'll make this nicer, probably. So just keep that in mind when you're seeing all this ugly stuff. You wouldn't want to keep it this way because it's later when you come back to it 2 months from now, you'll be like, what the hell? And you'll introduce weird bugs and you won't know why. So then this becomes for dragged in selected objects. Add undo data. Dragged dot get meta. Okay. And then dragging equals false. Don't care. Don't care about those. Dragging equals false. All the errors disappeared. All the red lines disappeared. How can we improve browsing, filtering, and searching? Ooh. Ooh, do I want updates? All right. Oh, Lord. Nobody read my password. I'll do that later. All my red lines went away. I've got the code for actually moving each dragged object based on its own offset from the mouse. Let's see what happens. And undo? Oh my lord. Oh, with the 5 minutes to spare. Oh. Oh, you guys can't feel it, but there's like a my whole body. I feel like I've had some kind of I'm getting some endorphins right now, man. I just got a little mini high. Oh, that felt good. And I kind of like that the undo does it each individually instead of all as a group. I'm not going to try and group these undo functions. That's fine. If you move 20 things and you want to undo it, you got to hit undo 20 times. You know, I don't care. Hitting undo is easy. You can just bounce on it, hold it down. It's fine. Oh, and you can redo, I bet. Oh, yeah. Can I get all of these guys? So you can grab different types of objects, move them all together. Oh, does the rotate work? It does. It doesn't quite do what I expected. I think I expected these to rotate as a group instead of each around their individual origins. This is less useful, but it works. Oops. And I can still do my single selects? Nope. Nope. So this was so if I've got a so here's the problem, right? This is a bug created because for some things I'm not setting the meta, like polyhandles. And I'm not setting the meta for polyhandles because I didn't think I needed it. Oh wait, it is setting it. Dragged offset, dragged rotation offset. Why is that null? It's adding these two. This one is a vector 2. This one's a nil. Where is my U? Is meta in here? Can I just see your whole path, please? Yeah, it's this polyhandle on this wall. It's nil, but it shouldn't be nil. Let's just try it again. Nil again. You know, one of the things I love about Godot is that you can just have a fatal error, right? It crashed. The game's crashed. But then I can just F12, just skip it, keep going. And it keeps going. I love that. Why is that nil? Maybe because it thinks that I'm not dragging. So if I click this, and then I click this, right, it should do this. Should go right in here to this line. Right? As soon as I dragged it, it went right in here. Sets it. And then it starts to move it. And it says it's nil. Did I type it incorrectly? Dragged offset. Dragged offset. Let me select that again and then drag it again. And I've got my object, and it is object 306663. And I've got my selected object somewhere in here. So many global variables. There it is. 306663 should be in here. 8724. Yes. Yes. Okay, I know what's happening. It's because there's a distinction between dragging the poly handle and the wall it's attached to. Right? This is the object's parent, is the wall. And here, I think when I do the select, it's selecting the wall, not the poly handle. So I want to do wall like that. All right, let's see if that works. Oh, turn off that. Right. Right. There's something going on here, something hinky. I'm not being consistent. In one case, I think this should be object, and for some reason this part isn't. Ah, I see. This should be an else. My poly handles are weird and special. It shouldn't be an else, because then the poly handle won't move. Fix me. Poly handle moving is broken. You know what? It's most of the way there. Look at that. What a win. What a win. Delete. Undo. Delete. Fantastic. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put that there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and Where's my to-do? Add another bug. Can't drag polyhandles. It's fine. It's fine. I know where I'm narrowing it down, right? So the big blocks are in place. I can move things, I can drag things, I can rotate things, I can delete things as a group now. There are a couple of little edge cases I need to fix. Not a big deal. I'll fix those. I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy with what I have so far. So I've made some progress today. Thank you guys all for hanging out. Like I said, it's going to be 36 degrees here today, so I'm going to go out and do some yard work before it gets too hot. Then I'm going to go and get some barbecue probably because it's Labor Day weekend, and I'm going to eat meat. Probably mini smoked meats. And I need to go to the grocery store and get some creamer and coffee stuff because I have not had coffee yet, and I can already start feeling it coming on, the headache, the caffeine addiction. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Thanks for dropping by, everybody. Everybody have a great weekend. Tell all your friends about gravityace.com. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one, everybody.